Let's leave your chicken wings on the wall. Orgasmicpathways.com, choose your pathway. So I've been making a lot of videos on this chicken wing area lately, not the kind that you eat, ladies, predominantly ladies, that problem area on your arms. I'm going to show you a few things you can do on your wall, because you've got at least 4 walls in your home, maybe some with some open space, just a little bit of open space. It doesn't take much, but it's something that generally anybody can do. You don't have to get down to the floor. I've got other videos for that, but this one's specifically going to be how you can use the walls in your house to help get rid of the chicken wing problem, strengthen some long, lean muscle here, and accomplish more of your fitness goals and overall wellness. So let's try this out. First one I'm going to show you, here's your wall. Now the further back that your feet are from the wall, the more difficult this move is going to be. The closer your feet, the easier. So this would be about the easiest right here. Anytime you're extending your elbow, the primary mover of elbow extension is your triceps. So try this with one arm right here, just standing straight up, come down, elbow to the wall, and then push back. To make it more difficult, if you've got that, keep your body straight. Don't let your hips sway either direction. Step back a step, half a step. Try it again. Go down, extend. On the exhale, breathing is the most important. Inhale, and then exhale on the extension on the work. And if you've got that, kick your feet back a little bit more. Now this is when it starts to get hard for me. I can really start to feel that. You can bring your hand up here, get a side stretch at the same time. Put your hand on your hip right here, whatever you want. Oh, and keep going. And same thing, do the other side. I'll demonstrate this side real quick, and I'll show you a couple other things here. So this is pretty easy right here. And if that's easy for you too, if your core is engaged and your hips aren't swaying either way, or front or back, kick your feet out a little more. Try it again. You can also mess with your hand placement up here too. If you keep your hands down here, it's going to be harder. Up here, it's going to be a little bit easier. But try these different hand placements on the wall as well, and really play with that. Exhaling on the way out. Make it a little harder if you can. Now that, to me, this angle is actually pretty hard. So you see me challenge myself on the wall as well. I'm a fit guy. Easiest to most difficult. So let me show you another thing you can do with this here wall that's in your house. Okay, so we've established anytime the elbow is being extended, the primary mover is the triceps. So the tricep has got 3 heads. So let's play with different grips. Neutral grip, pronated grip, or supinated grip. Hand placements on the wall. You can bring your hands out like this, more of a planche style push-up against the wall. Start with your feet pretty close to the wall. Make sure you can safely do this. And if you're going to put your hands out like this in a planche position, you're going to want to bring them lower. Even when you do this push-up on the floor, pretty much down by your rib cages. So let's try this out. So that's pretty easy for me. If it's easy for you too, your core is engaged, your abs are scooped, your lower back is protected, your shoulders are protracted. If you're meeting those criteria points of your abs being scooped, low back being protected, kneecaps drawing up towards your hips, and your shoulder blades completely protracted, not retracted like that, but protracted like that, you got that checkpoint, then go ahead and make it a little more difficult. Exhale on the work. If that's still working out for you, play around with the hand placement, step back a little bit more. It's such a great move, it really is. Maybe go back a little bit more if you can. All those criteria checkpoints are met still. Low back is protected, abs are scooped, shoulder blades protracted. And at this point, I feel like if I was going to go any lower, I might as well just go down all the way to the floor and do that. Planche right there. Okay, another way, much more basic. Just put your hands about where your shoulders are, and when you come down, exhale. The entire time the elbows are hugging my sides. They're not coming out like that. They're staying in because we're focusing on the triceps. So this is another thing you can do. Start here, make sure you can do it, meeting all of that criteria checkpoints. Abs are scooped, low back protected, kneecaps drawn up towards the hips, shoulder blades protracted. Let's make it a little harder. If you need to regress to progress, that's what you do. Make it a little harder, still meeting all the criteria checkpoint there. And so on. And then until you get all the way down to the floor. And when you're on the floor, same thing. Same thing. Now another thing you can do is, these are called Sphinct Push-Ups. You can do them on the floor or the wall. For this video, I'll show you the wall. That's basically, instead of this, you're going to go only down to your forearms. I'll show you on the wall, and then extend up. So extension using a tricep. So it's like this. I'll start on my forearms, and I'll just simply extend. Start up here actually. Make sure you can do this, meeting all the criteria checkpoints. Shoulder blades protracted, low back protected, abs scooped, like so. If that's pretty easy, take a step back. Do it again. That's still pretty easy, and you're meeting all the criteria checkpoints. Go back a little bit more. If you want to make it even harder, you can also mess with the hand placement. So the higher up your hands are, the easier this is going to be. So maybe you want to stay here at this angle and just bring your hands lower. Now it gets harder. Hands lower, get still. A little harder. Hands lower still. Harder. Hands lower still. Super hard. So even this angle can be hard if those hands are brought down enough. Now at this point, I'm just going to kick my feet back a little bit more and do it again. Now this starts to be a challenge for me. So where is your challenge point at? And are you still meeting all the criteria checkpoints of having your abs scooped, low back protected, shoulder blades protracted? And at this point, I'm so low, I would just go to the floor, would be the next part for me. And same thing on the floor, just extend like so. That's an amazing one. That definitely activates more core work than just regular this. And this is great. I do these all the time. But vary it up. Now add this, where you go down to just your forearms. It's a pretty cool one. So those are some ways you can use your wall. I've got quite a few videos on just wall fitness, and I'm gonna keep making more because I think wall fitness is pretty cool. It's like everyone has a wall in their house. You don't need equipment, so you don't need to go out and buy anything. And you get such a great functional workout that strengthens your whole body. I mean, I've got videos showing you entire body workouts, conditioning your entire body. This one focused mostly on the triceps, but because these are push-ups against a wall, you're also working out the rest of your body too as a static co-contractor to support yourself while focusing on the triceps. Now here's a note of safety. Work out your biceps just as hard as you do your triceps, because this joint right here is very unstable if you got tension on one side of the joint but not enough on the other. So if you build up a super strong tricep but you got a weak bicep, you got too much tension on this side of the joint, not enough on this side, so you're just ripe for injury or extremely vulnerable for injury. Same thing with the biceps. If you're just doing bicep curls all day long, you're never working out your tricep, but you got too much tension on this side of the joint but not enough on this side of the joint, leaving it completely vulnerable for injury. Same thing with your knee joint and all your joints throughout the body. So you really want to work the body as a whole, because you are, after all, a whole person. But this video just pretty much focused on the triceps. And as far as the fat around the tricep that you might want to get rid of if you got fatty stuff that wiggles here, that's lost in the kitchen. Orgasmicpathways.com. Healthy recipes is a pathway. check that out. I've got tons of healthy recipes, including a very comprehensive grocery list that I've been building on for, gosh, since the year 2010, I think. So about 12 years right now. It's 2022. I've also got tons of workouts. This is more of a fitness tip video, but I've got, at this point, 60 or so complete workouts where you can follow along with me. Modifications are built in. So I got you covered, man. All the puzzle pieces that go together to make a complete whole picture of balanced health is there. And I think it can help you out a lot if you would like that. Thank you for attending. I appreciate it. Drop a comment about what you've learned here in this video and stuff that you'd like to see me cover more of. I'd be more than happy to do that. Some of my videos are certainly inspired by the comments that you boys and girls leave for things that you'd like to see me cover more of. So do that and subscribe to my YouTube. That helps me out a bunch so that I can continue putting out all this stuff, charge you nothing for it, so it'll always be free to you. And then YouTube will pay me anyway. It's a pretty awesome little business model. All you got to do is subscribe and interact and comment on the videos, and it makes all that possible. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now. Next video coming very soon. Mwah.